Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about all of the books I read in February. So this month was not very good, honestly, but we read 5 physical books and then 1 Kindle book. So yeah, let's just get right into it and we'll talk about the ratings and what I thought about them. We're going to start with The Housemaid's Secret, which is the first book I read this month, and I read it on Kindle. Let me just tell you guys, I gave The Housemaid a 3 stars. I did not really like that book, honestly, but I gave The Housemaid's Secret a 4 stars because it was so much better. So much better. The plot twists were actually a plot twist. I don't really know what happened in the first book, but this one was amazing, and I cannot wait for the 3rd book in this series that she has going. So yeah, I really did love this one. I loved it a lot more than The Housemaid. So if you didn't love The Housemaid but you want to give a try The Housemaid's Secret, please do, because me personally, I really loved the second one more than the first one, just because the first one was a little bit boring and I guess the plot twists. So take that with what you will. But yeah, I give this book a 4 stars. I actually really liked it. We have Green Glass House by Kate Milford. This book is like a young adult mystery, but I would more categorize it in young adult, like very middle grade, but I do think it was good. I think the storyline was really thrilling and there was multiple different plot twists that I really liked and I did not see, but at the same time I was kind of confused a little bit just because there was a lot of characters. I listened to a bunch of this book as well, which I think might have been my mistake with that, because I find myself zoning out sometimes with audiobooks. So if I didn't listen to it and just read the physical copy, I think I might have given it a higher rating, but I give it 3 stars. Our main character is Milo, and he basically lives in this kind of hotel, and they are on Christmas break right now, so he has time off. He wants to spend it with his family, but there's guests that arrive, and it's kind of weird because guests never really stay at this time because the snow is really bad and there's a big storm outside. So it's kind of weird that literally so many guests are showing up, and it's weird. So yeah, that's where our storyline comes off with, and it's just there's a lot of characters and I got a little confused, but the plot twist at the end was actually really good and I did not get it. At least one of them I did not get at all. I can see if I go back and reread it, which I probably won't, but if I did, I would definitely see some plot elements that I would see coming for the plot twists, at least for one of them. But yeah, I really liked it. If you are more in middle school, I would say you would really like this book. It was just the writing felt a little more kiddish than what I'm used to, but I thought it was good. 3 stars. This is a series, and I don't know if I'm gonna continue, just maybe in the future. I read my 4.5 stars book, which is Gallant by V.E. Schwab. I love her writing so much. I read The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue last year. I gave that book 5 stars. That's one of my favorite books of last year. And this one I was a little nervous about because I didn't know if I would like it as much as that one, but this one is just so good as well. Our main character, Olivia, and she is actually mute, so she cannot speak, which is honestly such an interesting part of this plot, the book, and how we can read when she is mute like this and she doesn't actually talk. She just has her thoughts, and I loved it so much. But what it's about is that she's been living in this kind of orphanage for all of her life. She has no idea who her family is, but one day there was a letter that came that sent her to Gallant, which is a house that her family used to live in, and she has no idea who sent the letter. It was just kind of strange, and she's so excited to get out of this orphanage because nobody likes her there. She's very mistreated, and it's just, but she also has this notebook or kind of sketch pad from her mother, that's the only thing that she has from her relatives, and what's inside of it is kind of notes and poems to someone that she has no idea who it is. over the years she's guessed that it might have been her dad that her mother was writing to, but she never really had a clue about who exactly she was writing to. But in the end we do find out, and it's just, I almost cried, happy and sad tears. I was angry, I was bawling my eyes out sometimes, and I think the writing is obviously just amazing because her writing is just obviously my favorite thing ever. I can't wait to get into some other books by her. I read Educated by Tara Westover. This is a memoir, and I do not write memoirs just because I think it's a little strange to write someone's life, but I really like this memoir. I think it was so inspirational and so interesting to read about because we follow our main character, Tara, obviously, and she grows up with this family that doesn't go to school. So she is homeschooled, but honestly not really. She just helps her dad around the farm, and that is basically all of her premise and of her life, okay? Until one day she decides that she wants to go to college and get an actual education, and it's just so good. I had so many emotions at this book as well. Angry, sad, happy, just so many. I felt actual anger against one character. I don't even want to talk about it, but I really like the story, and I did just love her family and the aspects around her family, and just the ending was insane, and how just her writing is immaculate as well. And it's just a really strange story, but I really loved just how she portrayed her life. And if she didn't write like this, I feel like I couldn't have gotten through this book, but it was really good. One of the best memoirs I've ever read. Highly recommend. I have 419 by Will Ferguson. I give this book a 2.5 stars. I honestly did not like this one. It's kind of a thriller, but also historical fiction almost. It was so strange to me. At the end, I started liking it because we got more of one character that I actually liked, and that's the thing, that we get switched in so many different characters' POVs. It's insane, and I don't even know how to explain this book because there's so many plot elements. Is how this one family recently lost their father or dad in this car accident, and we're just kind of following that and like what kind of schemes he was up to. They're trying to figure out like something that happened with financial stuff with him, and how he has lost his house after he's died, and the mother's really confused, the daughter and son are really confused, and I was honestly confused with them. Yeah. And then we also have another storyline of this like princess from a different country, and she's like traveling here. She meets some people, they help her. I don't really know, honestly. I'm really confused still. And I finished this book, like 400 pages of this book I read through, and I did not like it. Okay. The only thing I liked about was some of the characters. Honestly, I might rate it to a 2 because I honestly didn't like this one. I really didn't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't this. We have City of Glass by Cassandra Clare. This is the 3rd book in the Mortal Instruments series, and I'm loving the series so far. Honestly, it's kind of controversial and kind of weird, but I love it for that. And so this book, I can't really tell you much about this book because it's the 3rd book in the series, but Cassandra Clare's writing and storylines are just insane, and plot twists are amazing. But we basically are in this world with shadow hunters, which they can kill demons, and then also werewolves and vampires. There's just so much going around in this world, and I just love the characters that we have, and just there's so much going on in this book. My favorite character is probably Simon because he's hilarious, and he gets himself into so much trouble. It's like ridiculous that he doesn't even want to be a part of. He does not want to be a part of this, but here he is. So yeah, but honestly I don't know how to explain this book, honestly, but go to one of my other wrap-ups with a first book in this series, and you will kind of hear more about what the series is actually about. But all I can say is honestly just jump into it and start with this series and then go from there, because that's what I'm doing, and I highly recommend that so far. But yeah, I really like this one. I gave it 4 stars. I think I gave the first one a 4.5 and then the second one a 4. So we're getting nowhere, honestly, but I've heard a lot of good things about the rest of her books and other series that she has, but they say to always start with this one. So I did. I'm just really excited and really wanting to get to the other series. So that is what we're gonna do this year. Comment what you have read in February. I hope you guys liked this video. I'll see you in my next one. Bye!